Bitcoin ripping to the upside. This is Insanity, 73,350. Let's go, Bitcoin! I'll be there in just a couple minutes to show you what happened. We made gains in the group. We nailed it yet again. You know we did. We don't stop. Shout out to all my Bitcoiners in the game, baby. 73,000 for BTC. Looks like we're going to 74.5 on BOOKMAP. To the upside, baby, to the upside. Let's go.
Never let them tell you what you can't do. Don't change.
Bang that dang. You know I love me a Bitcoin pump, baby. Let's go to the upside, man. To the upside. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. We are here, baby, and we made gains, baby. Let's go. Let's keep it calm. It's just another day. Just another day in the office. It's not that serious, but man, oh man. And I got something brewing here. You know, I decided to, see if we can get one last trade out of this push to the upside here. BOOKMAP suggesting 74,500 is coming. As you can see, a bunch of liquidity just begging for us to go and toast them. The shorts got squeezed. It was a massive short squeeze today. Unbelievable. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome. The energy is high. We are here, baby. We are ready to pump. I just broke out of the flag to the upside, baby. You're right, man. And let me show you the trade that I'm in right now, live on Weeks here. I got this rising wedge. Rising wedges break up parabolically. This thing looks like it may want to go parabolic, folks, and just take Bitcoin to another level here. 74,672 could be the throw up push out after 74,500. If I lose this trade, it doesn't matter. We already made enough today to cover the week. We're all set. And we were making gains you guys have attested. If you've been in the group, like, it's gainitis. Like, I've been making calls left and right. Not only that, the monthly call. Remember the monthly call, getting into the monthly chart here? Playing out nicely to the upside so far. We front ran that monthly candle. I've never done that in my life. We're doing a bunch of amazing things we've never done together every single day here on the channel. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I was live. I hit the live button. Something just, my software like just didn't go through. I'm sitting here dancing, wiling out. I'm bugging, thinking that I'm live. Then my wife calls my phone, and I look and I see. She only calls me at 10:10 if it ain't right. And I'm like, oh, something ain't right. I'm taking a shot of ginger right here. We're still going to start the morning off right. Just because we had enough gains to eat doesn't mean we don't need nutrients. You know what I mean? We got to balance it out. If I plan to lose this trade, see, what I do is I scalp the top. If it doesn't work out, so be it. And they use a small amount of what I already made. It's a pretty smart idea, right? If you made $4,000, you use like $200 to $300. See if you can make an extra $800. You know, I used to go way too hard at the end. But see, you can see we made $1,500 here on week, $1,600 almost right there. In at 70,004, out at 72.9. In here at 70,003, out at 71.5, respectively. In at 69.5, out at 79, out at 75, and then in at 71,350, out at 72,379. And there's a total of there's like about 1,000 there. There's about 1,500 there. There's about 1,600 there. A nice $4,000 in gains. And I got another trade cooking right now here too that's up about, I don't know, $700 again too. And I'm looking for this trade to cook and make an extra $700 on top of that. We made $5,000 in, I don't know, 24 hours. I can teach you how to do this. I can show you how. I can show you why. Instead of bragging about the money, which I don't really like to do, I want to just show you, hey, how did I make this systematic move in the charts? To me, it's not about the money. It's about the charts. Okay? It's not about the money. It's about the charts. I'm going to show you too. My protege, my young protege here texted me, and I'm going to put up his video. He made a really cool video. This week, he turned $83, okay, into $1,000. I mean, and because people come to the group, they say, how much can I start with trading? You're a Mr. Money Man. I don't have money like that. And it's like, bro, I started with nothing. So when you see me, see someone with nothing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know you like, see, I got this, but see someone that came from absolutely nothing. Don't see a guy that had a bunch of money his dad gave him, because that's just not what happened. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder to the downside. Interesting. I'm looking at it both ways here. This should be the end of the rally. We should start to cool off as we're really far away from the 200 moving average. Well, look at my protege, man. This young student is 20 years old. He's been around for about a year and a half. Oh, I forgot I got to turn his sound off. Now I'm going to get... But look, you can see this is a week in his life. And he started with this 83 beans. And it wasn't easy, right? He went up, he went down, but he started with his $83. He brought it up to, look, about what? $300. Then he took a beat down, right? He went sub right down there. He kind of went to like 90 or 297. What do you, $94 almost? Was he down to $3? Looks like it was down to $3 at one point. It popped back up. He's at 60. He's back to is even. Then he gets to 238. Look at the struggle. But then he hits 240. Then he hits 300. Then he gets that flag. That flag pumps. Look, his portfolio looks just like Bitcoin, right? There's the consolidation. And then there's the pump to the upside. And then he closes right here. He still might be in a trade. I'm not sure. But he turns $83 into $1,000 in 1 week. And that's, you know, the power of learning technical analysis and staying strong with a disciplined plan. Like, he took trades that made sense. He understood what he was doing, and he continued to do it, right? You know what I mean? And he didn't get afraid. He believed in himself, and he kept pushing. See, not only did he get the education, but he believed himself. I'm going to Florida for consensus. I hope to see you soon, my friend. How's the ankle? Getting better, right? Big hug, bro. Way better than it was before. Last night, I had a bit of an issue that wasn't that good. Yeah, it was tough. But so I was sitting here barbecuing last night in my house, and I was just getting ready. You know, I put the trash away. You know, I'm all by myself out there, little Sammy, doing his thing. And everything seems okay. And next thing you know, I'm like, oh, the gas should be on. And then, boom, that thing lit me up. And then I walked on my bad leg. Like I ended up walking on my bad leg. You can see I take a step right there on my Achilles tendon, which I'm not supposed to be walking on. And I just literally I collapsed in so much pain on my leg. I'm like, man. It was a tough day, to say the least. And you can see the explosiveness here. Let's watch that one more time as and just. One more time, right? Man. And I got the left arm hit, but I saved my eyebrows and my face. Thank the Lord I'm here. So, hey, I had an angel with me at that moment. And, all was well. So far, so good. You know what I mean? But you never know, man. You never know. Shout out to Jay Change in the house. My man. God bless you. Reliable Jay. Bust a crypto. Bust a trade. My man. Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate everybody for kicking it with me here and being amazing. We love you guys and we appreciate you all for jumping on into the Crypto Lifer Show. We're getting the move to the upside here. Flipped into the green. Trading the top is treachery. Most people do not know how to trade the top. It takes a lot of discipline to trade the top. All right? Charts are bugging out right now. Charts are bugging out. We had a reset. All right? Of course. I think it is. Oh, yeah. That's when it... Yeah, this doesn't like to play video on specifically there, too. So, anyway, I think he's on to something. I'm not going to say what he's doing, but he's on to something. I think he's spot on, bro. Soul Jakey's spot on lately with his campaign. I have to say, I got to say it, Wow, there we get the continuation. And as I said, the 1 hour may just continue to push into the upside. You're like, well, how can I get in on something like this? And again, this is why at the end, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to trade this last night with me at the right places. You're supposed to have taken massive profits by now because the market's getting crazy. And then you're supposed to take some of those profits and put them back in, but not all of them, to see if you can make a little more. Personally, that's my move. You do whatever makes you happy. Or you're in such a big long-term trade, you're just going to let this cook for the next few weeks at a time. You're not really stressed. It's like, but if you're trying to catch the top with 5,000 for 10,000, for 15,000 right now. And a lot of people are going to go hard right now. They're going to take this trade. They're going to go 2,000 for 6,000. They're going to go 4,000 for 12. And if this thing goes down, they're going to lose $4,000 at a pop, right? And see how long it took me, it took me about 14 hours to make that $4,000 that I made. So I'm not going to give that money back that fast. And we've been making money consistently. Last week, you saw us hitting. The week before, you saw us hitting. The group keeps printing. We hit gold, we hit oil, we hit Bitcoin. I know it's and we're not trying to be rude here. We're just trying to show you the technical analysis does work, man. I do it every single day here. So we're looking for this to break out. The 21 is above the 200. We do have consolidation. Technically, this is the model. It doesn't have to be perfect, and this is a bull flag. You see? Inside of the bull flag is an inverted head and shoulder. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. You can clearly see a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there. You do not have to play games. That is an inverted head and shoulder, folks. Am I the only one that sees that? Is it just me? It already hit the measured move, which is crazy. There it goes. That's how you print more money. But you don't want to risk what you have. You know what I mean? I have perfected how to chase the top, man. Because you can chase the top in a responsible way. There's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. But you got to know what you're doing. You got to hit. Right? Yeah, you can't just be aping in on emotions. It doesn't work like that. It never has, it never will. You see what I'm saying? That's not what you want to be looking for. Okay. Sammy exceeded it twice. First is wrist. Second was almost from the grill. Third time, I'd be more careful, man. Up 3K in the last hour, long on the bottom from yesterday using Sammy's technique. Shout out to the real Don D for people that have made money trading with the Lifer. I showed you how to buy the bottom. All right, we bought the bottom for Bitcoin back when I put the short out at the beginning of March. Even earlier than that, we'll find out where that short is, but that you still caught the bottom if you got in with me there. And we've been trading Bitcoin long for weeks now, on and off, really. Just letting. I told you I don't short as much, right? I've been longing more than shorting. I don't see the point, man. I pick a direction, and once I have a general idea where the direction is going, I want to trade that direction. I don't want I'm not into opening up 2 different trades at the same time. It doesn't, for my mind, it's like, the people that do it, I think they're so skillful and beautiful. Like, that's a special skill. I guess I've shorted and longed at the same time before. To me, that's just like, that person is like a perfectionist at lev trading. Like, that is just, it doesn't get better than that. You know what I mean? I'm not that good, man. I'm still just learning how to lev trade. I'm a long-term investor that is a great swing trader. Been lev trading for about, 4 years now. So I wouldn't, after 10 years, I'll consider myself like well-based. Broski, how many people have your, he said the model changed my life. How many people say that I've changed your life by the education in which I've given you? Put your hands up, put a 333, said, man, Sam, you've changed my life. You've given me an education that I never thought I would receive online for free from a guy with a radio voice dressed up like, like David Letterman. How many people have changed their life with the skills and you changed your own life because you went after something? I just filled the void you were looking for, friends. I love that I was part of it, though, and that our frequencies combined to help you grow. Look at all the 333s in the comments, man. So we changing lives here every single day, apparently. It's a strong group of, wow, look at this, man. Sam, you have changed my life with an education for free from a guy who dressed as David Letterman. Sam's technique on 1 week chart is actually legendary. If only we all had the patience to wait it out. 100%. 100%. Weekends are always, yep. I never missed a day watching you, Sam, since my YouTube found your stream. Thank you. Sam, your channel, my live with your radio voice and went after something and filled the void and bro and help. Thank you. You're doing something right, lifer. Let the fake YouTubers talk. Thank you. I wouldn't say change my life, but you definitely helped me become a better trader. Amen. Still learning with demo trading, using your strategies. I love hearing that. You're doing it right. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to hear. Sam changed my life when I realized I didn't need to wear pants. Yeah, I know, right? Been following for 3 years, been getting better year after year. Shout out to Manuel. I'm up 2.5K right now. I'm glad I found you. Let's go. Let's see if we can continue this run. BOOKMAP suggests 74,500 is coming for Bitcoin. We want to get a continuation to the upside. If you're just jumping on in, I did take profits on these trades. I took 16. I took 15. And last night, I ended up taking 4 and 5. Took about $4,000 out of these trades on weeks in MEXC. Okay. Protege turned $83 in the trading group into $1,000. So you can start with small amounts if you're disciplined. He more than 10x'd his account. Again, yes, I get it. You're like, well, it's 1,000, but if you could turn 83, he could turn 83,000 into 100 grand. He could turn 8.3 million into 100 mil. You know what I mean? Like, this is a skill, man. And he's only 20 years old. Think about what he's my age. He'll be 43. I'm 43 in 2 weeks, guys. In 2 to 3 weeks, I'll be 43 years old. Okay? Think about this young protege at 20 years old. Just turned 20 not too long ago. Okay? And he's going to have 20, basically, if I want to be, he's got 22 and a half years, man. When he's my age, he's going to be like, oh my gosh. And the world's going to change. We don't know exactly what's going to happen then. But man, the skills, just learning these skills are going to help him learn more skills. And he's picking up on how to become innovative. See, the key is he realized he didn't need to learn something new to stay with the trend. He went online, he found people. And I found, me and him met in real life too, which was interesting. He's the only person that I really met in real life that's in the trading group. A lot of people I've met in real life, but we met in the trading group first. You see? So if you're just jumping on in, we're watching to see if Bitcoin can stay inside this 1 minute flag here to continue further to the upside. We're looking for the pumpage. I mean, is you type of low volume pump on Bitcoin of the daily, or is it early to judge volume of the daily? I don't really stress volume. I look at price action. Like I knew we were going to break out because of the 21 of the tightness. The volume comes once you get see, everyone saw this and then everyone jumped in and the volume spiked. Everyone's like, I wait for volume, but it's not really like that. It's the price action creates volume. It's bees go to honey. The bears go to the honey, right? The bees make the honey. The bears go to the honey. So price action makes the hive, right? It's like you guys run to the honey when it looks nice. I don't know if it makes sense, right? And then the volume is like the movement. It's like, for instance, here, I'm watching price action get tight, and get close to the 21. Once it's near the 21, boom, we pop. Remember that trade? But the point is there, same idea, the 21, boom. Then the volume came. I knew the volume was coming when we started to consolidate. So I don't even care about volume because volume comes after everything I teach you. And you don't really even need to respect it. You just need to know it's going to come off the 21. And you're going to lose, you're going to get sell volume when the 21's away from price action. You're going to get buy volume when the price action's on the 21. Very simple strategies, very simple way to trade. You want to bounce off that 21-day moving average. You want to get in when you're near it. Right now, we're pretty damn close to it. That's a good sign. We could continue further to the upside for Bitcoin. We're using the 1-minute chart. Once the big price action starts to move fast, you got to elect to using smaller time frames to understand what's happening. I want to trade right now, but I just want to kind of show you how to So right now, look, you want to go to the 5-minute right now because you want to see what the 5-minute is doing. So earlier, last night, we called this idea. This is my strategy. All right, Friday the 13th, or this is like at 3 in the morning. I guess we were here. The idea is this. No, it was about like 12 o'clock when I put it out, like right here. I put this trade out last night to the group. And let's go over if you paid $99 a month and you paid $3 a day and you wanted to be on my Discord, like, would you been able to figure out how to trade last night? Would it have made sense to you? Right here, watching the model develop on the 5-minute time frame. You get in here, you put your stop below that wick. That played out beautifully. We cleared through that target already to 72.8 and beyond, right? So, like, happened exactly as it should have. Here's the trade, too. Send it. Put your stop below 71,000 there. That thing just got sent. It blew through that target, too, as well. That was a nice scalp. I gave you the trade last night to get in right here at the bottom. We called the move. And then this was the trade we were in, right? Remember I tell you, I have to trade the 4-hour above the 200 moving average. I told you I don't have a choice, right? And we gave you the trade right here. Right? This was last night at 350. I said, this is it. This is your entry right here, 70,329. Looks like we could get to 78K too. But that's like, boom, that thing started to pop. So we saw the liquidity to the upside. I said it, I guess I was like really onto it yesterday. I kept saying, man, I see a move to the upside. 3-minute bull flag. I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. 73,800 in the trade. We are now up $200. And we started pumping since we kind of went over this for you. Let's get back into that 1-minute time frame. So for me, let's open this up. So for me, and this is live on Weeks, they got a trading view widget. They all do. So if you know your trading view, you know your sauce. But this is what's called a rising wedge. Bitcoin makes rising wedges when it starts to go what's called parabolic, meaning it's so much buy pressure it can't really. It's just getting pressed. And it basically has to take in the buy pressure, which switches the angle of the price action. Price action goes from lateral to more of an uptrend. That's when you grab your parabola, your curve parabola, you find your line, and you can see you're kind of following this movement here. And you can't say this is guaranteed. This is when you get, there's always going to be a little bear div here. It's going to be a little sketchy. This is what we call the extension. Extensions are moves after massive moves that kind of top them off. These are going to be the candles of the 1 hour, the 4 hour usually. And what's going on right now, I'm just telling you, if we do get any type of war and you got to leave your country or do something, they say a lot of people live in Israel. Like, that's what I'm hearing. I could be wrong, but they're just, they're going other places. People live in Dubai. What do you think they're taking with them? Bars of gold? Or are they selling their gold for a loss possibly because you can't sell it at premium? The gold dealer makes the best money. He sells it to you higher than spot, and he buys it to you lower than spot, right? He has to because the gold there's not a lot of movement in the gold trade. You see, so he has to exploit you a little bit right at the register. Point is, Bitcoin's not like that. You can except for it depends on what you're buying, right? We won't say any names, but if you're buying on MEXC Weeks, you're getting the exact price of Bitcoin, 73.77. Very low spot fees, right? Very fair. So this is a rising wedge. This is supposed to dump back to where it began. These are bearish patterns. In times of extreme bullishness, they will pump. What you're looking for is the small time frame to give up. Look, this was shoulder, head, right shoulder. It somehow denied that. So once you get into a hot pump and you've made your money for the day and you're in this trade like I am, which is the extended trade, you're in the add-on trade, you're trying to see if you can get an extra pump out of what's already happened. Because if you're not taking profits on massive green candles, I think you're living in la la land a lot, right? And so we look for this every single day. This was a great week of trading, everyone. We hit like almost all week long, all right? Yesterday I struggled, on the oil, or I didn't struggle, but it was fun to crazy watch those trades, but I didn't let them bother me. I stayed calm, cool, and collective and kept trading throughout the day and ended up making my gains, right? So, and I saw the market pretty well. We're going to get into the big time frames and we're going to have some fun too, because we're going to be able to see the market pretty nice. And I've been doing this for a long time with each and every one of you. We've had fun together over the years. If you're new, thank you for jumping on and hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Get your energy up by hitting that like button. It gets you going when you do nice things for others. Let's go. Let's go. Yesterday, I gave the old lady the tap. And you'd be like, what did he just say? I gave the old lady the tap. Yeah, I was at the supermarket. I saw a woman next to me of older age. Looked like, she might have been struggling on Social Security. I don't know exactly what she was doing. Look, they seem to be turning this puppy down now. Anyway, and I gave her the tap. What does that mean? I tapped my phone on her register and walked away. You know what I mean? Didn't let her get her card to that Wi-Fi and just tap. You know what I mean? Just give her the tap and walk away. Don't say a word. I said, I just wanted to do something nice for somebody today. I was feeling better about my leg. I was in a dang good mood. I had a feeling Bitcoin was going to rip. I was in some big trades, and I wanted to sprinkle good karma on our trades, man. And not even just the trades. I just wanted it wasn't about my money and the good karma. It's a nice story, right? Like if you embellish that. But the idea was I wanted to the lady looked cool. She looked nice. She was having a good day. And I was like, you know what, man? This would be a cool thing if I can add to the day by hooking this person up, right? And bang. I got an energy you wouldn't believe when I thought about doing it. As I grabbed my phone and I was like, are you really going to do this? I got this like crazy energy, a real high energy. I'm being honest. There's a little bit of a fun, like, what are people going to think of me? Kind of a social thing too, like, what, And you don't want to be a big shot either. You want to be low key. You don't want to do, And then next thing you know, like, you put the phone out and you hit it and then it's over and you've done it and you've done something nice for somebody and it is just money. But man, I can't tell you the way I felt when I walked out of there. I felt so good. And I said to my wife, I said, man, maybe that lady's richer than me. You never know. And my wife said, she looked like she was really happy when you did that, Sam. She looked like she was on a fixed income, and that might have meant a lot to her. And so, yeah, man, no, we're not going to go there today. We're not going there today. We're not going there today. I'm not doing it. Shout out to giving, wow, you're giving memberships. Thank you so much. You didn't have to give memberships there, but you did. That's super nice of you. May God bless you for doing that. Let's keep this movement going here. We may still get into a live trade. We're cooking. This may not be over, folks. BOOKMAP really suggests that 74,005 is has to be, they have to go get those shorts. I go into Florida Consensus. Shout out to Guillermo Muck, man. Love you. Shout out to BTCC and Muck. Appreciate you. We were trading U.S. oil on BTCC all week, too. Had a really good time. And gold, man. We've been having fun trading those regular assets. You could also trade Tech 100, the NASDAQ, baby, the nasty NAS. Futures trading over here on BTCC. It's been a blast. I appreciate it. Okay, so Bitcoin. Eventually, we're going to get a red candle next to a green one. We're going to get too far for the 21, and we're going to start to consolidate. And we either take a nasty dump right back down and give it all back, or we're going to make a pretty good pump to the upside here and continue further. Right? No guarantees. Nobody knows for sure. But it's in the cards, right? 75,861, possibly, right? We're back at 73,004. So I took a stop at basically break even. You saw how sly I did that. Hey, smart move. I didn't have to lose to win. You see what I mean? I took a shot on winning and didn't have to lose. So now what you do is, because you don't know what's going to happen. This is price discovery. This is happening at the speed of light. There's people buying and selling millions of dollars around the billions and, trillions of dollars around the world. We are just small peons in this game, right? So this could make a right shoulder. This could end up making the ascending triangle. If it makes the ascending triangle, we think of getting in here with a stop below the wick and we attack again. The key is to have the firepower, the capital, and the wit. Your wit is the key. If you've traded right with me the last few days, you can get at this. If you revenge traded, you keep going in and out like nut bar, you know what I mean? You're losing your money because you can't stay focused. You're going to look back and you probably can't trade this right. What I've learned is when I'm on the wrong side of the trade, meaning say you shorted this and you got wrecked, you're likely to revenge trade now more than ever. I don't know why, but that's just the case. Okay. Reliable J said 10 memberships to the Lifers, man. Thank you, Lifers. We really appreciate that. God bless you. And I think we're going to have a private stream at some point today. You know what I mean? For the members, man. Members only, bro. Members only stream. So I like to see this tightness. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. And remember, for everyone out there, you know, there's going to be people of all religions here today from all around the world. I want to let you know that you're all welcome here. I love each and every one of you. If you have love in your heart and you believe that love is your religion and Jesus preached the love, and like that's what you're all about, then that's what I'm all about with you, you know. So as long as you got love in your heart, as long as you care about others, you generally want the world to be a better place with you in it. You want to help others, you generally just want to help others. You're my peoples. You're my high frequency tribe. I want to be around you. So I love y'all. Thank you so much. I just want to tell you, we don't push. I'm not cult-like. It doesn't have to be this one way or the other. You just have to have love in your heart. Because I know there's people of all races and religions, from Madagascar to Malaysia to China to New York to Texas. Heck, we have people in Israel. We have people in Malaysia. We got people in the Congo. We got people in South Africa. Watch this chat. Where are you guys from in the chat? Watch, people are going to put where they're from. Watch. All right, Boston, Mass. I'm from Boston, Mass. Currently residing in FLA, baby. But watch this. When people start writing where they're from in the chat, watch this. Show us where you're from, chat. While we wait for this 1 minute to consolidate, we're about to get a nice little pump, possibly, or the right shoulders. We got Maryland, Bulgaria, Australia, Singapore, Taiwan, Pakistan, Washington, Netherlands, Maryland. Look at this. San Diego, El Salvador, Virginia, Singapore, Minnesota, Bahrain. Wow. Montreal, Connecticut, Malta, Texas, Jamaica, Canada, South Korea. This is insane. Arizona, Canada, Washington, Dubai, Latvia. Like, I'm trying to pick a piece of them. Kosovo, Tartaria. Like, you're funny. I think I see that. Miami, Mississippi, New Orleans, Estonia, Kenya, Cambodia, Los Angeles, Denver, Indonesia, Washington, Camino, Sarasota, Wales, Baja, Mexico, South Dakota. Miami, Bricktown, Earth, Honduras, Dubai, banging on it, NYC, shout out to Japan, Kenya, Antarctica, Netherlands, Spain, New Jersey, Winnipeg, Estonia, Sweden, Kenya, Indonesia, Romania, Kansas City, New York. We're wildlifers, man. This is insane. Right? Like, so just realize you're part of something bigger than you've ever thought possible when you come to this channel. You will make connections in the group worldwide. You will be an international traveler in my group. Imagine a Discord that brings thousands of people around the world together that all have one goal: help each other make it, help each other learn, help each other become great, and help each other keep pushing. I mean, I don't think there's a better place in the world, man. The Crypto Lifer live stream. Show and prove every single day. Never take a day off for over 4 years because you care that much about your community and how you want it to go. You just want that destiny. There's nothing else could be any other way. You people are obsessive like me. You people won't stop like me. You people are a different breed like me. You people can't. You want the extreme. You want to keep pushing. Your whole life, people have told you to calm down, right? Yeah. Every time you're in a group, hey, chill out. People can't handle you, right? You're misunderstood, right? You usually have more energy than everybody else in the room, and you don't know why, right? That's why you gravitate towards me in this channel. That's why you love this channel. Because, man, me and you have more in common than probably millions of people, billions in the world. You always felt misunderstood. You figured things out pretty quick. You might have had a high IQ, but you weren't sure how to use it, right? Misunderstood yourself, maybe other things. Maybe if you lack a discipline, a few things that hold you down, hold you back, right? I'm here to tell you my faults and how I got over them so you can talk about your faults and figure out how you can get over them yourself too as well. Together, we can change the world and become great. Really benefit both of us by being here. So I appreciate your constant viewership and showing up, because if you didn't do this, my adrenaline wouldn't pump. The more people I see in this stream, to be honest, it gets me going. 500, 600, 700, 1,200, 800. Let's go to 3,000, man. We've had 5,000 people here on the stream. Look, that kind of was a shoulder head, a little bit of a right shoulder there. You can see it kind of took the dump. That's why you consolidate and wait. You don't chase. I managed that very well. We just got to keep it. We got to keep it cool. We got to stay calm. All right. All right, now we're going to go to the top-down analysis for Bitcoin. Looks like we're going to calm down here on the smaller time frames. Could be a really nice place to begin a short. What I'm looking for is the 1 hour to close a tweezer top. Okay, it is. So, I'm not into the shorts now. What I do is I build my next long for 5 to 6 hours from now. Bitcoin's either going to dump down or it's going to consolidate. Because of how much bait people are running in right now, I see it likely consolidating. And to me, I see a bigger move coming. It looks like we could trade it tonight into this afternoon. Bitcoin spoke too. It said something. This was a pretty big statement. We broke back above the pre-all-time high of 69K. There's a lot of people that are, we're not talking about it as much because we see the charts a little bigger, but there's a lot of people that don't know the TA like us, and they're hovering at 69K. They're saying, and they're in a group of friends eating, and they don't know that much about TA, but they know price action, right? They're going to sit there and they're going to talk about $69,000. And they say, well, that was the previous high of that last cycle. If we can get back above it and retest 71, 70K. And look at this beautiful resistance right here. Anyway, we called this beautiful flag for you. We had it at hello. I even called this bottom right here on the 200 moving average the night it pumped. The consolidation in the entry with the 21 right above the 200. Not only did I call the move, I gave the exact place to get into the move. Like right around here. I gave the exact place to put a stop loss. And I showed you where and why I took profits. I don't know what else I could do. I'm very transparent. And if you're in my Discord, you're going to get constant updates. I went to bed at 12. I was up at 6 in the morning. I'm here for you guys. All right. Yeah, here I am doing an update at 12:57 in the morning. 1 a.m. And here I am back up at 6:27. So if you do the math, I could have only had 5.5 hours of sleep, right? And now I'm full of energy, ready to rock. We're not missing the beat. We're hitting it. I don't know, man. That's just execution at its best, bro. So let's take a look at oil real quick here on MaxC. And Bitcoin might bounce here too, man. There's a lot going on geopolitically that's going to send things different ways, right? Okay, let's take a look at oil. Remember, my trade yesterday on oil was crazy, right? So we've already, just to be clear, we've already made all the money in the group that we already did really well today in the trading group. It was amazing. So pat yourself on the back if you hit and you didn't chase. If you didn't chase and lose tons of money towards the end, good. I used to do that. I used to make $5,000, but I usually lose 2 chasing. I'm done doing that. I just decide I don't let it happen anymore. I just lock it out. Yeah, there's a nice move that I just missed. Looks like we're going to pump to 94.92. Again, the flag above the 200 with the 21 touching. You can touch, you can also, so the two things that I do, I either trade the touch of the 21 right here, or I trade the touch of the 200. I like the touch of the 200. It ain't bad. It ain't bad. You can see kind of the shoulder, head, shoulder, a lot of whipsaw price action here too. This isn't the exact price of U.S. oil. You might see it and be like, that's not the exact price. I agree. Right? So here we go. We're finally getting the move. This is a pretty good place to short back to the 21-day moving averages. I know that it happens. I don't trade it that much. It's like, dang, you know why? It's like, I've been in a trade all night. I've been in a trade all night long. I woke up at 6 a.m. and I was like, man, I should check it. And I was like, yeah, why not? My house was pitch black because in Florida, it stays late. It's light out to 7:40 now. It's crazy. But it's dark at 6:45. And what I like about this is now I just begin to set my next trade. This should take 8 to 8 and how I am. I feel like a broken record lately because this is how we've been trading, but it's been perfect. The 1 hour has done what it's done. 1 hour comes up, pumps. Then we wait for consolidation. Pumps, waits for consolidation. Pumps, then we wait for consolidation. This is the same thing we're going to do now that we just did here. Let me take you back in time. I took you on this trade. That night I fell asleep, said we're going to pump to the upside. We did that, right? We got the move from 69.1 all the way back up to 70,000. And look, this was the range. And once you know the pattern, You draw the pattern, you know you're going to be inside the pattern. Like, this isn't rocket science, folks. But you know what? When I didn't know this, I would never trust this line because I just made it. And it was like, that's my imagination. That doesn't exist. So now what we do is, if you know me, I'm like, well, now what we do is we wait for the 1 hour to get back to the 21. Like, we know that we got to connect to the 21. We know we got to consolidate. We might bounce off the 200. We know this is going to get tight here. And then, boom, we can, and if we're really tight inside a channel, we can make a move. So I anticipate this entire move. I've been waiting on it since Thursday. Like, so this pump is, everyone in the group, if you're with me, you're like, yeah. And Sam took us through the fundamental movement of it. You can even see how this is a double bottom. That still has a measured move to the upside. Looks like it's not done. And we continued further to the upside. So, again, to me, this move is now subsided. I'm not chasing anymore. We can kind of, usually I can tell when the day pump is subsided, for now at least, right? And you got the spike on the 1 hour. You're very far away from the 21. You got a beautiful pump. You got to consolidate now. Price action consolidate. Look, we went over this yesterday or the day before. Price action, look how long this is. Yes, you could have scalped in the middle, shorted long. There was money to be made in here for sure, if you really know what you're doing. But most people will get rocked. You got to be like the 5% of traders that are really expert can do that. So look, 13 hours. And then you get 2 hours of beautiful pumping, man. And then you're out. You see what I'm saying? And then you're done. So anyway, and then we have the bigger trade. And again, it's all about 21 above the 200 moving average. The 200 is the yellow. The 21 is the white. When I say it, that's exactly what I'm saying every single time. How many people are in tune right now? How many people are focused? How many people are feeling the vibes? How many people feel like they can understand technical analysis today and they found someone that can teach it to them? I remember when I found my first mentor, someone that I could listen to, someone that made sense to me, someone that I trusted, someone that I knew wasn't blowing that smoke, right? Sending love to the 1,218 lifers in the room, baby. Thank you so much, man. Shout out to Dream Create 4394. So let's start off with our top down analysis. I do this every single day live on the channel to keep you poised and ready for the bigger time frames. You don't want to get caught up on that small. I am going to trade the 1 minute in front of you, but we show you the monthly too. This is the channel. I've never really seen a channel that trades the 1 minute and goes over the monthly. So look, the monthly has previous resistance forming as support here. It also has hidden bullish divergence, which I didn't really bring up before, but in my humble opinion, it does. Why? Well, this doesn't touch. If this kind of scooped down, yes. But technically, this scoops up while that scoops down. Hidden bullish divergence. We pull this too, and that suggests that you'll break this high before you break these lows. Now, it didn't play out on the weekly there, so I mean, it's not a guarantee, but it's starting to position itself quite interesting, to say the least. So, yeah, give me those gains, baby. Remember, get it right? Get it right. We got to play get it right? Because we got it right. We got it right. Like, we nailed it. Did the YouTuber you watch get it right? Like, did you spend hours watching this guy? And did you get it right, at least? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us did. I did see around the horn. It looked like a good amount of us knew what we were talking about. The people that are on point stayed on point. So look, this monthly looks nice to me. I'm in this trade right now. It looks like a bull flag, uptrending, cup and handle. I've seen this many times. Not saying it's guaranteed, but I like it. And, we're halfway through the month here almost on Friday the 13th. Shout out to everyone here on Friday the 13th. No profiled language in the chat. Thank you. Yeah. Working and having 70 of my ears over the 1 year. Each day lost 60K and still learning to ride the waves. Dang, man. Sharp Coin and Pixel got the big pump. That's interesting. Vagus Claw. You still in replay? No. What's causing the dump? Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro. So we're looking for this move. I was like, no, I'm not replaying. So I like the monthly chart here. I'm in this trade. All right. We'll see where it goes. Let's take a look at the 2-week chart. 2-week chart wants to break to the upside too. Very oversold. I'll tell you what, every single time Bitcoin's been below 10 on the fear and greed, and the 2-week has been below the stochastics RSI, the dotted line, I have purchased more Bitcoin Okay? That's what I've done. It has never not been a bad, it's always been a good move. Bitcoin's still suggesting it could get up to 74K. I may not count it out today. There's enough liquidity up there. BOOKMAP saying, hey, look at this big old bar down there at 65, but I think they're kind of settled. I think that was a whale that's safe. Right now, that whale is safe, man. There's a lot of liquidity between him and that price action, right? So 2-week chart, bullish engulfing, looking pretty nice. Let's move to that weekly. And I use the 2-week. That's my go-to accumulation. When I buy Bitcoin big time, I use the 2-week chart. The monthly wasn't as reliable. Now, I'll start using the monthly as time goes on. Look, that's a bullish engulfing candle. That's a strong move for Bitcoin. And if that candle can close Sunday night, that's going to be one of the bullish candles we've seen in a long time. And it takes out 1, 2, 3. It bullishly engulfs 3 bearish candles, man. And 1 week, look, you could turn back the hands of time. You could turn back almost 4 weeks because it started there. Almost 3.5 to 4 weeks of price action. And 6 days, baby. In 6 days. So I opened a long position at 72.5. That's tough. I mean, it's very at the tippity, but we'll see. Let's take a look at the 1 minute right now. You may be all right. We kind of need to bounce off the bottom of the channel now. I don't know. Back to our top-down analysis. So the 3-day chart. I don't want to get people. Let's go over like everyone's so bullish. Let's go over like what could be horrible. Let's just kind of be realistically bearish for a second. This still looks like a bear flag to me. And honestly, until this closes above these highs here, and technically, really, until we break out, really, I need to see us close somewhere at I not get rejected by 86,000 there. Well, look at the gap of the VRVP. It came down, you hung out. Look, it has an Adam and Eve vibe right there. It does look like an Adam and Eve. You had the chunk, you stayed there, you wicked down. We called this bottom. You'd still be in the money if you got into that trade. It's very hard to hold that long, though. I couldn't have done it, so. There's too many ifs and buts. I took my money at this first pump, and then I've been trading all this stuff ever since, right? Yeah, so bang. So I like what we're seeing here on that 3-day chart, right? So again, this could easily take a dump still. This could be a bear trap, folks. I want people to understand that. One step at a time, 1 day at a time, 1 moment at a time. Remember, when Bitcoin finally see, there's your tweezer top. Now we're going to come down to this 21 pretty harshly, probably. And there's the short already started. You could have already started the short just by front running the tweezer. Once this started, that's a pretty big wick. And once you got right there, you could front run the tweezer top. Very rare it's going to come back into the wick again. Usually, once it wicks and makes the top of the candle, most of the time it keeps that candle structure. So you could be, with some up. I'm not saying every time, but there's a higher probability that's just going to keep going lower. You see? Man, yeah. Kind of bearish divergence of the 1 hour. Yes, 100%. It is bearish divergence. It's class C. There's 3 types of divergences. One where the divergence is very obvious, where 1 up and 1 down. But look, what I want to teach you this is divergence is not about the angle that they taught you. If you continue this line, it will go here, it'll go there, right? Why it does that? It's supposed to continue to draw, right? And if you draw this line, look, they're going to intersect somewhere here, right? This line and that line, you can see they're going to intersect somewhere in this area. And that's divergence. The fact that these 2 lines will divide each other. You understand? This line will divide this line. That's divergence. I figured this out on my own one day, and that's the mathematical relationship is the 2 lines will divide. That's why we call it divide. So it means this angle will divide that previous angle. It's so interesting when you think about it, right? So you want to sell into pumps. It's very important. You sell into these pumps, especially if you want to be a day trader. I've turned my leverage trading into day trading. It's very rare I'm going to be into trade for more than a few weeks. I've tried it. I always try to be a hero, quadruple the account, and it ends up, I don't lose tons of money, but I miss out on massive, on scalping opportunities. So I just learned that I'm a day trading scalper, and I'm but I can swing the 1 hour. I can swing the 4 hour too. I get in at 7 at night. I wake up at 8 in the morning. I do a 12 hour trade, right? So 4 hour candle is disgustingly bearish. We're going to take a look at it all for you right now. We're going to take a look at it all. So let's get back to the daily. So now here we are on the daily time frame. So what about the daily makes it interesting? Well, I'm still into this idea that we had this like ascending triangle here. Like to me, this was the pattern. Still to this day, like this was it. They faked a breakout, they dipped it, they faked a breakdown, they pumped it. So I feel like this generally was about to break out. They said we can fleece the shorts, and then we can fleece the longs, then we can fleece the shorts. Then we can break to the upside. But you can see there's a heavy daily resistance. So let's zoom in and talk about it. There's no like arguments that we're not in this falling wedge thing, right? Like this is the channel. Like that's 100% accurate to me. So you would say, well, we're probably likely going to head to the top of the chip. That's just pattern trading 101. I would think we would get to 78,000 for Bitcoin. I would think, okay? So this is a lot harder than most because I have to like separate some of my TA ideas, but that's okay. That's why when I circumnavigated this, another thing, remember when I talked about this a lot? I said resistance, resistance, resistance. I said that's a diagonal trend line. I said we're bouncing off it. I said as long as we hold this trend line, we're actually still somewhat bullish. Remember that? And that held true. And again, you could just, once this turned green and took a wick, you get in right here with a stop below that and you're in the money. Just trading candles. I started trading candles really a lot more about a year ago, and it's been therapeutically releasing, folks. I'm not staring at the chart every day, every 5 seconds. I see one idea. I literally open a chart. I go, yes. It takes me literally 10 seconds to confirm. It takes me another 30 seconds to open the trade. I look at everything nice and right. I make sure the risk is good. I hit the buttons. I go, it takes me another 10 seconds just to look at it and do that solidified, like, yep. And then I walk away. And then I either come back to win. Most of the time it's hitting. Like, it's hitting a lot more than it's losing. Like, it's amazing. Or it's sideways. What I like is sometimes it's just sideways and I don't lose. Like, you go for this tweezer bottom, but you don't lose anything. Look. Eventually, that does play out. So the daily broke out of the symmetrical triangle. We can't say it did. Bullish, right? Well, look at the wick to the downside. So we hit resistance. So major resistance at 73,800. And look, that's the wall for BOOKMAP too. BOOKMAP's up there. Saying, hey, we got resistance at 74K. I get it. I see it. Right? I drive a Ford Festiva, right? Yeah. Gotta keep the bull believing that we have hope. I love their hope. You're funny. Really, and Nissan Versa, at least, they're good on fuel. I'm playing with short money for practice. There you go. Okay, so the 4-hour broke out of the symmetrical triangle, we called it. You buy when the 21 is on price. You buy when you consolidate price. This is like the most accurate way to trade, I feel like, for my experience. And again, like, people could question this because experiences differentiate. But for me, most accurate way to trade, you wait for price action you watch price action pump, you don't chase the pump. You do my quantum rejection theory. Once price pumps, okay, price pumps, you take. So here's the deal. You get in when you cross the 200, let it pump. When you get too far for the 21 and the stochastics start getting a little high, you got to tell yourself that you're a little extended. And if you draw a pattern, that's the top of the channel. I saw this pattern before, like right here. I started drawing this, remember, with only one line. I started, you're not supposed to do that, but I said I could see it already. I could start seeing, and I don't know how this happens, but when you pattern trade as long as me, you just start knowing the pattern before it happens. You're not perfect every time, but you start really getting pretty damn good at it. And so then we're coming back to the 21, right? Then you know that this is going to get tight. If this gets tight and you stay above the 21, this is what we do on the 1 minute every single morning, folks. So what I love is that you're like, yes, he does teach me this every day. So like whatever I teach reiterates. So you know I'm not BSing you because you're like, he said it yesterday. And you said, what he teaches on the 4-hour, he teaches on the 1 minute. This guy goes back to the same strategies every time. He never fails. This guy, Sam Price, is the most solid, consistent, same stuff. And it's easy to see. It's not, no offense, I'm going to say something, but it's not like a bunch of ICT, PD array. You don't have to sit there for years. You don't have to understand. You don't have to go FPG, blah, 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 blah. No. You got a yellow and a white line, dude. You take a deep breath. You wait for consolidation. Quantum projection theory, Sam Price. We draw the pattern. We want price action to fill the pattern. When price action fills the pattern, We get the flag. And we wait for the 21 to come into price action. When the 21 comes in, we should be getting a pump to the upside. If it gets extended, if we hit a resistance, we gotta keep support and resistance at all times on bay. You don't just start trading moving averages and forget about support and resistance. You don't forget about trading like fair value gaps and forget about support and resistance. Support and resistance is number one. You have to keep support and resistance with you at all times. So you'd say, well, Sam, how do I get good? Well, the best way right now is to actionably make an action. You know, the secret to success is getting started. Okay, so I have the most affordable premium Discord in the game. And right now we have a content directory. Go right there. Okay, inside here, it's going to teach you. We got support and resistance bootcamp in here. All right, we got support and resistance bootcamp right there. Watch that video and really start to understand support and resistance at a new level. Change your life because I know you can. Okay. Learn about the 21-May cross and the 200 right here on the 4-hour. Understand what I'm doing. How to long and short Bitcoin. How do we long and short? Stochastics Masterclass. What are we doing? How do you add the VRVP? Video fractals. Fibonacci. Get to understand why I'm pulling my fib and how I'm seeing the fractal. What's going on? Okay? Very important stuff. This is all here for $99 a month. People are charging thousands of dollars for these types of courses. How to trade candlesticks in the type, why we're looking at them, even when to trade and why based on the Asian session. It starts at 7 p.m. and ends at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The London session opens at 3 a.m. and ends at 12 p.m. And then the New York, 8 a.m. to 5. Understand when these overlay. Tokyo and London overlap from 3 to 4. Increased volume in Japanese yen and European pairs due to European traders entering as Asian markets close. You can find some opportunities there. London, New York overlap, 8 a.m. to 12. Why do you think I'm trading here? This is the London overlap. It ends at 12 o'clock. That's their trading day. Why do you think we always get a lull? Because that's when London stops trading, man. So if you want to trade with the big boys and you want to know, we know when to trade based on volume. I know what days have the best outcomes based on why, I could give you a setup, but I know what days have the best outcome. I could teach you the time frames to meld with, and I could teach you how to front run price action. So right here, we do quantum projection theory. We project the trade before it happens. We're already waiting for the breakout. We're hours ahead. I do this for you all the time. We go up here, we hit X. We hit shift, sorry. When you hit shift, you go sideways. It tells you you're going to wait about 2 days. That might take 12 hours. And you watch it. What happens? It takes about 2 days. The entry is right there on the 21, and we get the push to the upside. Okay? This took, it seems simple. But the gain I made today, Friday, started right here when I started projecting this on Thursday at 8 in the morning. Or is that 8 at night? Let's see. Sorry. Tuesday at 8 in the morning. I started, we got a pump. Things were going our way. I started projecting that Tuesday at 8 in the morning, right? You see? Also, we probably saw bear div. The 1 hour was away. Look how far the 4 hours from the 21-day moving average. You see? So now I'm making these gains here based off my focus on Tuesday. So today I'm focused on something I'm probably going to get paid next Tuesday from. And next Tuesday I'm going to be focused on something I'm going to probably get paid on. And that's consistency. When you're so consistent, you're always going to be getting paid from work that you put in the days before. And because you never take a day off, that compounds over time. The money will not stop flowing, folks. You will create a conveyor belt, a 24/7 conveyor belt of money. If you work 7 days a week like I do, and you push yourself in whatever industry you're in to the point of no return, and you love what you do so it doesn't feel like work, and you just keep going, you will make a conveyor belt of money that will flow at you every single day, 24/7, and it will not stop. The universe will have nothing but to bend to your aggressive nature, your relentless pursuit. You will own the desire of the frequency, and that frequency will attract the number one. You will gain it. Okay? I got to give Billy the Bugs, Buddy Hammer. Go back down, you're funny. Must to be able to do your daily workouts. Can you do upper body alone? I haven't done anything because I don't want to stress my leg, but I'll be back very soon. I had a talk with my wife about that. It does. It's very hard not to be working out. I think I have a lot of pent up energy on the stream. The stream's helping me get it out a little bit. And I really appreciate that. So let's get back into what's happening right now. We did a lot of this and that, yada, 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 right? So we pumped. we clearly came into resistance. People took profit at resistance very fast. So everyone that was in big trades planned this out nicely like we did, and they decided, hey, let's take some. I sold my trades 73.6, 73, you know what I mean? Like 73, I sold my trades around the top there. So, when you're not greedy, you gotta pay yourself. And when you pay yourself, you're gonna look for supportive resistance areas. So look, we had resistance, and this is supportive resistance. You break above resistance, you sell, you sell. So you break through this, then you sell the next one. There's a high volume node there, and you're locked in. Does this mean we couldn't turn into a bigger green candle? No, we have 50 minutes for this candle to close. This could candle. I don't want it. That would be a little bearish if it closes with that much of a wick, but it's still a green candle. Let's move to the 2 hour, and let's move to the 1 hour. 1 hour is my favorite time frame. It really is. It's so concise. So look, yeah, you're looking for the 1 hour to consolidate here and continue. And so we're doing what we did just here. Same exact thing when I started drawing a flag here. So today I'm going to be working with the 1 hour. I already know the time frames that are going to give me the most information. 4 hours chunky already. 4 hour and the daily have spoken. They're bullish. They look to break out. That's what I see. This could be a very aggressive entry, and you pull a Fibonacci here. Why not? You go from I like this wick here because you had a wick, but then you flattened out. And you'll get better at doing that. But right there, 618, 618 Fibonacci retracement. That ain't bad. So a lot of people pulled the fib there and took the fib. There's a lot of action right now. You have to remember, a lot of people were told they were going to get to 50K. So they waited to buy Bitcoin and said, I'll get 50,000. Now they didn't get 50K. Now it's headed up to 80. Now they think they got to pay 80,000 for it. The same person that's emotionally that's emotionally enough to say, I'll wait for 50K and doesn't buy 60 when the fear and greed was at 5. I've seen this indicator. It doesn't go to 5. It's very rare. When it goes to 5, you must take advantage of it. It's like church, man. I don't mean to say that. I shouldn't say it, but it's like a must. You can't miss. You see what I'm saying? You can't miss this. Yeah. Love you, bro. I love you too, man. Shout out to Ignatius Garcia. God bless you. Appreciate that. I love seeing the love there. Yeah. And everyone, I quit alcohol years ago. Once I quit alcohol, my life changed. It really did. Okay? I just got to be honest with everybody. I don't want to be rude. And I guess a couple glasses of wine a night, it doesn't matter. I don't know. It's not my thing. Sorry, I'm messing around here. But man, I always just think my bank account expanded when I cut alcohol completely, man. Look at me. I feel I'm locked in. I'm there. I'm not hungover. Again, I couldn't take it in. I was on medication. My leg got, if you don't know, I'm in a boot right now. Maybe I can get this boot out. But I am in a boot. I have an Achilles tendon rupture. I had surgery 4 weeks ago. Today will be 4 weeks for my surgery, folks. 2 more weeks, and I begin to put pressure on my leg for the first time and begin physical therapy and start my way to walking again. By June, I will be walking again. By May, I will be walking. By this summer, I tell you right now, I'll be walking, friends and family. All right, so let's finish the top down. We got stuff to do here. I'm playing games with y'all. So the 1 minute bouncing off this, not playing games, you know what I'm saying. I want to be perfect. I don't want to waste any of your time, not even a second. So we want to see this get very tight here inside the channel. We want to see the 21-day moving average come into price. We want to see that collection, and we want to see the blast to the upside. I can already see the type of trade I'm looking for. We may get a downtrend. I don't care what it does. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to touch the 21 for my next move, okay? When you're really bullish, you're not going to get the Fibonacci pullback. You're going to get sideways price action. Right. Remember this song? Billy, crypto, Billy. Oh, man. 22 in the 12 hour. Sorry. I was about to say, I was like, yeah. I thought it went from the daily. I was like, why do you do that? So the 15-minute needs to bounce here too. And so what you're looking for too is you're looking for hidden bullish divergence. You're looking for a swing up on this swing and a swing down on the RSI, which you're getting. And you want the RSI to be low too. And then you want to pull a fib here. From this wick here. Alt F is going to be your Fibonacci. And look, you're pretty dang close to the 618. And like I said, you could go to maybe that impulse there. And that's beautiful. And so I'm getting a retracement that makes sense. Now, what we don't want to see, just because I've seen this in my lifetime, we make a right shoulder here. Let me make it perfect. But you'll get a shoulder, ahead, and you'll get a right shoulder here. This will dump on you. If this rolls over and start, you know what I mean? And you see, if you end up seeing this pattern, you got to start understanding that that's likely going to go down. So what do we want to see? We want to see this continue up. We want to start to see something like this. We want to see consolidation for our next bigger move. We want to see the buyers so hungry that the sellers can't push us lower than the previous low. Then we want to see everyone that keeps selling to take profits. Then we want to see them build more shorts and get liquidated, okay? The shorts got absolutely wrecked today. I'm sorry. And if you counter traded me, you got demolished. I'm sorry to say. And these are just the facts. I'm not even trying to be rude to anybody. These are just the facts. And I set this to go out during the stream. I programmed this trade to push, So I knew it wasn't out yet, but it would come out at around 10:30. But I mean, look at this. Grok made this for me. I was like, give me some crying bears. And it made these little bears. I don't know what these little eyes are. There's some bears in the background or something. Or they're like bewildered. They're like, oh, doink. Look, they can't, But that's pretty funny, right? It's well done. I mean, it's really well done. I said, give me some cartoon bears. This is the first thing it gave me. What a good reiteration. It was beautiful, right? Shorts getting wrecked. It actually shouldn't push to the downside. The price should pump, right? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. But the shorts are getting wrecked, right? The chart doesn't look the same, right? It's kind of funny when you think about it. I bought it valued 6.5. 6.58. I don't know what he's saying there. I don't get it. Yeah, so we're seeing this. You want to see this bounce and not make a right shoulder now. This is kind of what you're doing. You want to see the 1 minute get back above the 2. You want to see this 3 minute hold the 200 moving average. You see that? That's actually a pretty good play. You get in right there with a stop below the 200. Bang, look at the pump. Someone probably initiated that and could have made a lot of money right there. Everyone has a different plan, different style. No human, even with, you'll learn what I learn and you'll still tweak it somewhat. No, because we're all so different with our math and our minds. No one's going to trade exactly like you to the exact nature. Maybe, we could, like last night, certain trades are going to be more simple. We're all going to take the same trade, but not every time. Remember, you're going to get unique. You're going to learn from me, and then you're going to be able to kind of move. See, with me, you're going to be able to come into your own as a trader. Other people are going to teach you trading. With me, you're going to come into your own as a trader. I'm really going to help you find your mentality, find your discipline, and find your consistency. Finally, someone you met is just going to show up. You're going to be with the same person every single day for the next year. Welcome to my channel. I don't take a day off. So if you really need that consistency day in and day out, I'm here. I'm not going to be gone on Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm here 7 days a week, okay? You are my priority, okay? My priority is God, number one. And God gave me my family, so I have to take care of them. My profession is streaming and trading. So that's how I take care of my family and myself, right? So then you guys are my number one because you see, so I pray to God by taking care of my family. Understand? Like you can pray, but you also want to pray through behavior. So I pray to God and I act through God by taking care of my family. Being a husband, not cheating on my wife, right? Being there for my kids. Putting a lot of effort. When my daughter says, can I play with a puzzle? I don't say, no, I have to trade right now. I walk in the room. I check on my trades. I say, God, help me, in case, make sure that the trading group is good. And then I get on my hands and knees on the carpet and I play puzzle with my daughter. I don't say no to her because she'll remember every time I said, do I say no? No. Every time I try to say yes to her 90% of the time when she asks me to play with her. That's rich. Some people are rich because they have a Lamborghini. Some people are rich because they have an Audemars, some people are rich because they have a Philippe Patek, right? Whatever. I'm rich because anytime my daughter asks me if I want to play with her throughout the day between 10 and 12, I can. But besides 2 hours throughout the day, anytime between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. before she goes to bed, if she asks me, Daddy, can I play? The answer is 90% of the time. It's yes. It's yes, you can play with Daddy. That's wealth. That makes you wealthy. 100%. Right? That's a flex. And the reason I got wealthy was for my kids. It wasn't for anybody else. It was for my kids. The reason I'm relentless with my live stream, it's for my kids. And you get what I'm saying? So I treat each and every one of you with love and respect, consistency, because it relates to how I take care of my family. And I pray to God by taking care of my family through my behavior, right? So you in turn are part of my God. Like it's like all one creation. Like it's all one big benevolent piece of gratitude. My work in the Discord is gratitude towards my ability to have the Discord. Like, that's a privilege to have a Discord. To have people pay to be in your Discord is a privilege. You can never, ever take advantage. God will take that privilege away from you so fast if you abuse it. You can lose Discord so fast if you abuse it. Very important that you respect everybody in there, and you like it's a heavy weight when you have a Discord. You're taking people's money, man. You got to do the right thing. You better be consistent. You better show up. You better put every single thing you have. God is watching you, taking his people's money. He's going to stop the flow of money if you don't put in the work, man. I truly believe that. And so if you have a heart and consciousness, Discords can weigh heavy on your chest and your soul, man. Because you never want to leave people hanging. You always want to be there for them. You want to make sure that you're competing the journey that they decided to go on with you. Yeah, this could be the right shoulder, folks. Like, we want to make sure this pumps. So we're going to watch this closely here. And we're not going to act like we know what's going to happen. We're going to sit here and be open-minded. When you pump that hard, usually you're going to come down a little strong. We've seen it, but so far so good. Who is a bad rabbit? What is this song all about with bad habit, bad rabbit nonsense? We had to change up the energy today, right? We had to change up the energy. So look, see how it's shoulder, head, could be right shouldering. We're going to have to probably wait a few more 5-minute candles to really get confirmation here, because this is flip green and pop all the way back to the channel. Remember, really, people are in right now. They're hungry for Bitcoin, so you'd think this would be a pretty good... And now I start projecting my next possible long trade. Once I've done the work on TradingView, and I've put in the work, right? I allow myself to then go put in the work again. So I see 76.5 might be my target. I see we'll have resistance at 73.8. I have to watch that area. And I see that an entry may present itself around 73.2. Unless I want to be aggressive and buy right now, which is possible, but it's the aggressive entry. What is an aggressive entry? An aggressive entry is an entry that has a lower risk than an entry that you may know. For instance, price action can come up here, get rejected, make the right shoulder, and dump. If I buy right now, chance I get stopped out. If I wait for it to pump, hit the channel, pump, bounce, dump, reject it. And I give it like 30, 40, maybe even 2 more hours. And then we're here. And I get in here. And then I use this area as my stop. There's a better chance of me winning the trade. Now, yes, you'd say, well, getting in at 72.6 and getting out at 76.4 is better than getting in at 73.3. There's almost a $700. There's a $700 difference there. And I'd say 100%, you're right, correct. Spot on. But there's more risk here for getting that reward. So yeah, you're going to get this reward in price, but you're going to pay heavily for the risk. Do you want to pay for the risk, or do you want the lower risk with the a little less reward? To me, this reward difference isn't big enough for me to take the risk down here. I used to do it all the time, but I didn't know the math. Like, I couldn't even have logically said this to you. Now I can logically talk about probabilities in front of you, because I can see exactly it is what it is, right? And this is why I could live trade these stuff right in front of you every single time, because this is just what I do. Okay. A lot of people would have traded a 2-bar setup here, and they would have shorted this and gotten stopped out. Okay. This does look like it's a possible shoulder, head, right shoulder. You got to break back above the support and resistance line. You see, resistance became right there. That's going to be at a local level that you got to get back above. And it's all about the 8, 72.8. It's the 8s many times, many times. How to get rid of all the scribble that I just did. We scribble a lot here on the channel. Someone said we could turn these into a t-shirt. Like, this could be a t-shirt with like my sign on it, right? And people be like, yo, that's gold right there. Sam Price TA signed t-shirts. Yes. But we got to get creative. You know what, everyone? I'm reaching out right now. I'm going to pray to God for the next 3 nights straight. And I know on the 3rd day, I'm going to get an answer. I have not done merchandise properly. We could do pocket squares with Crypto Life on them, or something cool with a flair to it. Pocket squares with Bitcoin on them, pocket squares with dollar sign, whatever it is. I don't know. That sounds corny, the second one, but you know what I mean? We could do bow ties. We could do regular ties. We could just do something, and we could do t-shirts, doing damage, man. So we were close to getting it before, but But if anyone knows merchandise, does merchandise, has that lifer spirit. I need lifer spirit. You can't just be into merchandise. You have to have lifer spirit, which means you have to be someone that like thinks every single problem is a solution. You got to think you're lucky, or that there's no such thing as luck. You create your own destiny. You got to have that vibe, man. But if you got that vibe, if I'm speaking to you right now, maybe you've never done merch, but you're like, you know what? I know I could do it if I put my mind to it. All you have to do is go to Grok and use a bunch of, AI and say, how can I help Sam do merch? And say, tell me the fastest way. I mean, maybe it's not that easy, but if anyone out there wants to help, email cryptolifers@gmail.com. We really need to get merch going and cooking. We really need to get it cooking. Yeah, I see that little flag there on the 1 minute. You're right. Looks like that might be fun to trade there. Nice little scalpelino. I like it. 96, 97. It has been very volatile against Bitcoin, though. So, like, if Bitcoin starts to pump, this thing could dump. It's weird, right? And maybe they think it's going to pump because Bitcoin's at the highs, but then everyone's like, I don't need to have a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio. I could bring that. Wow, it's a 6-to-1 if I'm at 94, though. We'll see if we can get a bounce here. Let me watch this bounce. If we get a bounce here, I'm privy to jump in it. Like, this has to wick and bounce back inside the pattern. Or as I said, that it don't, because I want to see it bounce off this flag. See the curvature there, too? Could be a double tap cat here. A little bit. It's hidden in there. I want to look at your bigger time frames. How far are you from the 21? Look at the curvature here. Look kind of like, yeah, the bigger picture still looks okay. Let's get back to that 5 again and see what's happening. $21 is into the 2. See how the 21's lagging? Tells me that I might have to wait for entry. 21 is so amazing. It's going to time your entries to the point where you're going to like not believe it. You'll have to wait to be patient to do it right. If you don't have the patience, you'll miss out. It's going to teach you. The 21's going to teach you how to be patient. But if you do it like me, man, there's going to be like 5. Like we made 4 really solid trades, man. Lead pump, baby. Shout out to my man Jason. Keep going, baby. You want oil to pump or you want Bitcoin to pump? I don't believe you. I never believe you, man, when you're like, I'm all, because you're always joking around. You're like, I bet my house, I'm all in now. I've got a few ideas for you. Yeah, so I need merchandise, man. I know I desire somebody with that lifer style to work with me. We can do a split. You know what I mean? We can do a split. Like, I think the best way is to have you run the business completely. I can't handle shipping. I want you to run the business completely. I want to take I'm going to take the majority, but we're going to get it in. So, but if you're willing to kind of sit down with me and think about this, and you have that passion, you got to have that lifer vision, which I know a lot of you do, because I read what you talk about. I see what you guys see, the kind of flair you guys go with it. To me, I see a head and shoulder here. I think you're messing with me, Jason. I know you're messing with me. Shout out to Jason Casper, one of the funniest, amazing people in the entire world. Check out his YouTube channel, Jason Casper Trading. The guy's hilarious. Like, dude wears wigs, puts on hats, and I shouldn't even say that. He's really just a straightforward, beautiful person, man. Nice guy. Nice guy. Great dad, man. Great family, man. Just great all-around person. From what I've seen, I don't know everything about him, but from what I've seen, man, he's solid. I've watched him for a few years now. I've had a chance to kind of give him a bit of a testimonial to my name. So, shout out to the people here. They're figuring a way around the strait. Yeah, they're just going to take the thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Jason's my man. He's becoming a friend of mine, man. Like, we're becoming friends, which is kind of cool. Like, hey, man, it's and it's not lonely at the top. You just find other people at the top. Hey, you get to hang out with the King of Kings, man. JC, bro. Why do you think he does JC? See, I knew it. I figured it out one day. I was like, aha. JC. Jesus Christ. Jason Cat. No, I'm just. Aha. He gonna get you working out. I've been working out. Come on, man. I've been working out. So that looks like a little right shoulder that we talked about, isn't it? Doesn't it? You know what I mean? Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Am I wrong? And then we go to the 1 hour that's playing the game. And we see that we got the tweezer top forming finally. And this candle could definitely just turn green and dump. So, like, this is why right now, this is a place I don't play. Unless you want to get in hard here with the previous support of resistance. I mean, I'm not knocking other people's ideas because I don't know. I don't want to, I don't know everyone's ideas. So I want to make sure I don't know all the ideas, right? So I just want to make it intense right now. Yeah, so to me, like, I'm not touching price action until we get a touch on the 1 hour, 21. Till the 1 hour, 1 minute, the 1 hour touches the 21-day moving average. I think it's a high risk long, personally. Not saying it's not an amazing. This entry could be cool, calm, and collected. We already sold the local top. So we're just kind of waited to get back in. I still got the monthly chart open, so remember that. I still have the monthly, and that's doing damage. This track's kind of hot, too. Yeah, baby. Damn, I like that. I like that. That just bites. That slaps. That thing slaps, baby. Let it slap. Let it slap. So aggressive entry right now for Bitcoin. I want to make that clear. It's an OG entry, though. Let's take a look. Is there like... I mean, look at that. 15-minute is kind of making a tweezer bottom. Trying to make that secondary higher low. In the last hour, we fought off the bears pretty nicely here to make this low. Hidden bullish divergence on the 15-minute. Tells me we could get into a nice long here and cook back to the top of the channel. Channel you could get in right here. Chance you could get in right here and take that puppy back up to the top of the channel for sure. Highly aggressive. I'm waiting for us to fill out the form. You see? I can wait patiently for, this is going to take its time. If I go to the plus sign and hit shift, go right to here. It's going to take about 5 hours at 15 minutes if I'm lucky. Okay. Hey, Sam, please can you explain why it's less risky to buy the top of the channel rather than the front of the channel and buy down the channel? Just because once a pattern makes a continuation pattern, that pattern takes over the probability, basically universally. But, for instance, once this pattern, right now, nobody's recognizing anything, right? Only OGs and a lot of people are getting in, so volume will be light. Once this pattern fills out very tight and gets very apparent, the whole world's going to notice it. It's going to be a lot more obvious, and more people are going to long, and the volume's going to raise. It's going to be high, more likely it's going to get pushed out. You see? So once the pattern forms, it's like a broadcast. It's like everyone can see the pattern, man. Just like this was obvious, this pump here. Like most people should have traded this. Like if you did it, you were just like, oh, it's too obvious, so I can't trade it. Like I bet there was a bunch of people that said they're going to stop hunt everybody here. I'm going to short this. And they got rocked, right? I never short. See, I have rules. I never short. Never. And I mean this with a fact. I never with a capital N. I never short if we're touching a 21 above a 200 moving average. Never. Especially with low stochastics. It's the worst idea. It's basically like going against the highest probability bullish call. And look, tons of people did it because they all got smacked today. We didn't make money because we got lucky today. We made money because people got short. More people were short. They shorted You have to understand, when I make money, and you and me guys make money in the trading group, that doesn't mean the whole world did it long today. Retail got fleeced, man. People got wrecked shorting the market today. They created enough fear. They got enough people to buy the vibe, and they got them rocked. Okay? Wow, that buy is playing out now. The 30-minute says you can get in right here. 30-minute says the long to the top of the pattern. Because you got a candle close. We could trade the 30-minute right now. We could do that. I'm cool with that. It's not my favorite thing, but I'll trade it. So let's go to the 30-minute right now. We could trade this tweezer bottom. Let me get it to reset right. So we're going, because things seem so bullish, and because it looks like this will eventually consolidate, it could make a right shoulder and kick me out in 2 seconds. I'm willing to trade this support of resistance here. Willing to take a shot. It's high risk, though. I would not trade this if I had lost 3 trades today. No way. Man, the risk-reward ratio is pretty limp. It's pretty lame. It's a 2-to-1. See, I'm better off waiting for my thing and doing my 3-to-1 the way I'm supposed to. If I hit the eventual target of the measured move from this aggressive entry, it will be a 6-to-1, though. So let's just see. I would be going for 76,650. I'm not going to buy the property yet. I'm just going to see if I like it. I got to take a walkthrough. What am I talking about? This ain't real estate. I'm talking about a trade. The trade like a real estate. I got to see the trade first to take it. I need to see the opportunity before I even think of taking the opportunity, right? 100%. Move this over here. Let's take a look at the stop loss, 344 to 2,000. That ain't bad. Ain't amazing. I'll be honest, man, we're still telegraphing this right shoulder stuff here. Look at this. Look at the 1 hour. The 1 minute is below the 200. The 1 minute says we're about to dump, folks. You can see the head and shoulder there. It's not amazing, but it's there. And it's a descending triangle. That's like going lower, in my humble opinion. Yeah. Not even fire stops this guy. I know. Myself, I'm trying to look for... You guys are crazy, man. No, it's almost Friday. Don't take a long. Yeah, I'm with you, brother. I never long right now. At 12 o'clock on a Friday. Like, it's... No. Might be roaches in the walls. We got to shake something first. I know, right? That looks like it's going to go down, folks. I'm telling you, that's going to head to 71,760 in the interim. And then from there, we'll pick up where I left off. Okay. There we go, baby. Send it down, down, down. The Bears, man. Oh, this is cool, bro. Thank you. So weird. I was just thinking about this in my mind. I like that. That's a cool new... We could do that as the new logo. That's hot, bro. So fire. It's funny. Ever since we could revamp the logo now with like all this... And there's a lot of stuff going on, but we could revamp the logo now that it's so simple, right? Jacket is fire. Thank you so much, man. This is the Drago. Look at the Drago, bro. I always wonder why they call it the Drago, right? Like, it's getting hot in here, man. Let's take off the Drago. You'd say, what is the Drago? I didn't know. I don't even know, honestly. It's like, let's take a look together, because I think I said it one time on the stream, but I like forgot. That's that. I mean, this is, I used to go by Brooks Brothers when I was younger, and all the rich people used to buy that stuff, and I never had it. Whatever, man. I bought a bunch of garbage, man. When you think about it, it's all just clothes, man. My connection to God is everything. I never want to, thank you. Appreciate that. I was airing myself out. You know what I mean? I needed some AC. You didn't catch me. You didn't catch me, man. That's why I did that on purpose. So look, I mean, see how we kind of fought. We saw that. Get rid of this because I'm not taking the trade. I just want to say, see, I'm not taking that trade because I saw the smaller time frames look somewhat treacherous. People want this price action, but I mean, the move happened today, man. Now everyone's sitting back and watching what happened. They're like, okay, what the heck just went on here, right? Shout out to everyone that was able to kind of navigate the market with me today. I appreciate that you were guys. Like their trading group's getting very disciplined. I can tell because I can see a good amount of trades. You guys did really well last night. You know, the lifers did amazing. God bless you all. So keep it up, everyone. Don't get wrecked. Stay consistent. Stay with me so we can keep trading. I want you trading with me 6 months from now, 7 months from now. I don't want to see you guys disappearing. The trading group should grow every single day, every single month. We keep hitting. So let's take a look at this here. This is what I've seen this so many times. It just looks like they might jolt it, and then this might make a head and shoulder and come back down to the 200. At that point, I'll reconvene. You have to remember, we're still in this bigger channel too, and maybe this is all we're doing. Let's go look at that one more time too on the bigger time frame. So you understand what I'm seeing, what I'm thinking. And, you know, look, I mean, we called the top. We called the local top. It's pretty simple. You do not start longing after a pump away from the 21-day moving average. I tell people this all the time. I see them doing stuff, and I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, I said, you're too far for the 21. Like, don't you know? They don't know, so I'm always like, damn, man, I got to show you whippersnappers. I got to show you whippersnappers everything over here. You young kids. Show y'all how to trade this market. But there's the head and shoulder right there. You can see it pretty much confirmed. That's got a nasty downtrend, folks, because that's a measured move, which is pretty steep. That goes back through the gap and tells you back to 70,000. I mean, that could happen. BOOKMAP still has 65K lingering, which isn't amazing. So for me, I mean, we got most of the move today, and I got to be honest, this looks bearish. Looks like there's a little descending triangle in here. And whenever you're below the 200, touching the 21, that's dumpage. Understand? And this kind of has shoulder, head, right shoulder to me. And this has shoulder, head, shoulder to me. And I don't make the rules, man. I just show you them. Hit it with the bass. 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 So, yeah, I mean, I think we did great today. We didn't chase. I didn't get back in. Smart. Smarty Pants Sammy. I can see the shoulder, head, and shoulder. I can see the downtrend coming. I really hope Jason isn't in that long. I don't think so. Banger, man, yeah. Oil dumping my Bitcoin. Let's take a look. Yeah, is oil sending? It did send. I was about to get in. We should have known when Bitcoin struggled that was the trade. I was close to taking that trade right there. I hesitated. You can't hesitate. You got to make a move. That oil trade played out. Pay the naughty dot. Sammy will not disappoint. Ricky Bobby, man. Been on point all week with the entries, working all hours of the night. Thank you, man. God bless you, bro. Thank you. We nailed it, though, haven't we? We've absolutely nailed it. I'm back to waking up at 6, 7 in the morning like I used to. See, I used to kill it when I woke up at 6:45. Started waking up at 8 because I was on hydrocodone, man. I couldn't keep my schedule on those painkillers, folks. And my schedule's so vicious and so good with the charts, and there's certain times I got to be up and certain things I got to hit. And I couldn't do it, man. I still did pretty dang good. But I knew my efficiency was better than that. You know what I mean? And I couldn't squeeze out. I wasn't Sam Price 1,000%. I was Sam Price 500%, which is dang good, but it wasn't good enough. Just cut my losses position at 72.5 long. This market is cooked. Usually someone says that when they get cooked. Your price prediction is always right, but not because of TA, but because you say it's doing that and going up in the same. You're funny, man. I disagree, man. I make the calls. I actually make the trades. See, that's the difference between what you said and the reality of life, bro. Yeah. Like when I went to sleep last night and I said it when I went to, like, this is just untrue because if you're in the Discord, I make apparent moves. I say, this is what's going to happen tonight. I'm long, going to sleep. You know what I mean? Like last night I said, I'm long, everybody. Like, I'm going hard. Like this morning, I even drew this flag to 73.4. Like, come on, man. Whatever. Sam, did a Komodo back? Yes. How did you know that? Yeah, I was actually in Malaysia. No, Madagascar, yep. And I was on the beach. And I didn't realize, I wasn't thinking. I was fishing, and I left some bait next to me, and a Komodo dragon came out. I ran. It grabbed me. It bit the back of my leg so hard. And when I was lucky, there was a fisherman on his boat who actually had a tranquilizer dart because I guess he keeps them. He saw it, was able to come close enough and hit it and get it off of me, but I would have bled to death on the beach there. It was crazy. It was crazy. A tribe pulled me in, and they put like some ointment and agave from all these like herbs and spices. They saved my leg. Otherwise, it would have gangrene right off. It's completely untrue. I'm joking 100%. I was playing tennis or paddle. I was playing paddle, but no one knows what it is. So every time I say what I was doing, no one wants, But I was playing a game called paddle, and I ended up rupturing my Achilles. Okay. I'm staying in Saudi Arabia now. At 6:44, I'm working with you even tonight. I'm trying 24 hours of time discrepancy. God bless you. It's worth it. God bless you too, man. You could do this. It's 11:45 at night. Yeah, hey, I'm with you, bro. Oh, it's 6:45 p.m. Yeah. It's like Dubai time for you. They're 5 hours ahead of us. Yeah. You're 6 hours in Saudi. Okay. Now you could have the rising wedge that breaks out parabolically. We're kind of where Bitcoin was earlier today. You see how they're trading hits back and forth here. That is not what we're looking for. There we go. The instrumental will serve me better there on that one, for sure. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you being here for this eclectic, exciting, action-packed live stream. I've been blown away by this live stream today. The whole week, the live stream has been lit. Like it feels like the old days. You know what I mean? I can't explain it, but something feels different. The energy is high. I just, maybe we're there before it starts and we kind of get that cooking, but we got that bull run energy again. And the streams have been hot. I can see it. Look at that. The Wickage. Rising wedge, they're going after the longs and people who are they're going to over leverage trade in the small time frames, Yeah, I'm going to use a slant board. I've been seeing that. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. Love you. Good vibe today. Thank you for that, Sammy. God bless you. You too, man. If you came to the stream, you had to feel good. The stream felt good today. It felt good. Look, so Bitcoin pumps, oil dump. You see how quick they're moving this market? I'm leaving oil alone because it's against Bitcoin right now. And I've been locked in for Bitcoin, so. Wow, look at that 4-hour candle, not fun anymore. They gave back most of the pump to 73.7. It's crazy. Good thing I didn't front run that 30-minute. Well, we didn't get confirmation. I'm still, still looking for this to bounce, folks. It has hidden bully. We just got to consolidate properly, that's all. That looks like a pretty nice long, to be honest. I'd be front running the tweezer bottom of the 15. I'm all set though. Like I'm kind of like lately I've made 3 nights this week. I made gains while I was in bed. Woke up the next morning and this is how it was. Remember Gains in My Sleep? I had a song about it. Gains in my sleep. Yeah, you keep moving your trend line. No, I do whatever I want, man. You don't tell me what to do. Yeah. I know what I'm doing. You should learn from me moving my trend lines. Yeah. You move trend lines on different time frames, that's all. Just because I'm OCD. But it's basically the same idea. One minute's got to do some type of inverted here. You do have a pretty good bull div. You're starting off with some bullish divergence that's strong. Interesting. And man, the chair, man. You know, I told these people are slow. The people that run this chair, I want to help them sell the chair. And I told them, like, I can put this on live, like, get back to me, and they slow to get back to me. It's crazy, but like, could have sold the chair by now, you know. I'm using it every day, and there's a lot of good things about it that I really do like. Like right now, it's heating and it's doing a shiatsu massage on my lower back. You know what I mean? Like you can't beat that. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll just hide you on the channel because it's just like, whatever, man. It just gets annoying. Yeah. You guys need to join with an open mind, bro. We don't watch his stream to teach you. We watch his stream to learn something every day. God bless you. Don't worry, man. You're on your path. They're on theirs. You can't force it. Look, so along at 71.9 is already bounced. 7-minute has some bull div here. Could get a nice bounce. And what you're looking for the 7-minute is you're looking for an inverted head and shoulder here. I see it now. The 5-minute. Yeah, inverted head and shoulder, 5-minute bull div. Bounce back to the top of the channel. We send it back to here. Send it. That looks likely, and it's the 200 moving average on the 5. So, what I could do, I see another one of my entries. Let's get to the 5-minute, and let's take a look at how the 5-minute just closed a tweezer bottom. Just like we were about to hit that 30-minute, similar idea here, right? Falling wedge, you want to see it make this shoulder, head, right shoulder. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Stop loss below the 200. Like so. And you don't have to risk a lot on this one. This is another scalp. 73,896. And we get to ride, because that 74 looks, I mean, BOOKMAP keeps screaming that we could get to 74,000. Like, look at that liquidity up there. There's a lot up there, right? 73, 74. It's the closest. They got some red now down there. Look, red just came in at 70,009, though. Not saying I'm taking this trade. Again, I'm watching it. I feel it out first before I even take it. Many times I sit here and then I just walk away if it doesn't fit right. I gotta say, we just made a new high on the stochastics. And see how this trend line didn't break yet. I need that confirmation candle. I'm not touching that. Yeah. I still kind of see the shoulder, head, right shoulder. You know, 1 hour just needs to complete this. This is all that you're... That's why you stay away from the small time frames and just wait for this 1 hour to consolidate. I'm just looking for some fun. Some ways to get in, if possible. 72K looks like it's struggling, though. Look at that. They just built a ball of liquidity at 71,000, 70,950. Not amazing, but it's there, right? So it's something you got to think about. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't touch price action right now. I mean, technically, like the short on that right shoulder. It's getting droopier and droopier. 5 minute is hug of the 200. Once that loses the 200, it's going to be the neckline of their head shoulder. It's going to dump. You see it, right? I can't tell. It's hard. This is a key area. I long this a lot. I like the 200 bounces. You know, my overly bullish sentiment takes care of me here a lot. I love this song. I don't need to trade. I made almost $5,000 in the last, 20 hours. Like, I think that's great. I'm very proud of that. I'm very happy with that. I don't need to make any more. You know what I mean? I think I'd be greedy if I need to make any more. That's part of my strategy. That is one of my streams of income, doing exactly what it's supposed to do. I'm very happy with that. I found my play. I traded my model. My model paid me. I stayed disciplined. I put a pretty good amount in the trade, and I made my money. I was pretty heavy risk as far as I'm concerned compared to all these other people. But their risk is not mine. My risk is not theirs. You know what I mean? That looks like it's going to capitulate and go after the late longs. I'd have to say it looks like we're going to head somewhere down to 70,008, 70,960. And this head and shoulder is going to take a dump right now. So that's what I see happening as we kind of in the show. And then I'll do my top down analysis for Bitcoin, all that. We'll do my show that I do every day, right? Every Friday afternoon. My macro. I've been charting and doing oil, just buy support and sell resistance. I agree. It's been pretty sweet. Yep. I see a head and shoulder. Looks like we're headed lower down to 70,870. I sold you guys. I sold the top. I showed you guys exactly what to do. Put your stop loss into break even and take advantage of the position. Has nothing. I mean, if you traded with us again this entire week, it's like you would have paid for like 3 years in the trading group, man. And if it's $99 a month, 1 week is like $25. So for $25, someone could have easily paid for years in the group, man, with how we nailed it. So. Yeah. And now BOOKMAP's got red waiting for you right down where we said, too, like 70,700. You can see it. It's right there. It coincides with my area, my support of resistance. They're locked in. So BOOKMAP saying you're about to go clear the shorts down, clear the longs down to 70,650. And this has just lost the 200 on the 5-minute time frame. So shout out to the super chats. Let's take a look at those that came in today. Okay, we have Guillermo Muck. I'm going to Florida for consensus. I hope to see you soon, my friend. How's the ankle? Getting better, right? Big hug. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. It's better than it ever could be, man. I'm on my way up to the top. Shout out to Reliable J for the 10 gifted memberships. Shout out to my man for giving memberships as well here, Shino Souk Gamings. And shout out to Ricky Bobby with another $99 super chat. This guy gave $300 the other day. This guy is going to win because he keeps giving. Winner's gain, man. Giver's gain, I'll tell you that. Like, he knows I'm winning and shining, and he's still giving. That shows he's not jealous, too. So when you give to someone that's already winning, it shows it's very big. Because, like, anyone could give to whatever. I'm not saying anyone, but most people give, But he gives on the channel because he's not jealous of me, man. He knows that his giving has nothing to do with me. He will be blessed for his giving. So he's not stressed, or he doesn't judge other people when he gives. He just gives, right? So shout out to Ricky Bobby. God bless you, man. You understand the frequencies of life, my friend. Just by the fact that you're giving like that has changed. And how much you've given is amazing. So may God bless you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll do the same. You know, yesterday, look, I gave to some woman and boom, you just paid the money that I probably paid for her groceries, man. I got it right back. I think her groceries were 56. I don't know what they were. I didn't look. But it didn't look like she had tons of stuff. It was a smaller grocery store. So, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm going to jump on out of here for the day, everyone. It looks like we're headed lower or going to get stuck on this 200. I'm not going to trade it anyway. You know what? It's an extremely aggressive entry right here. I like support of resistance right there, too, on the 200. Could be a great buy right there. Could also be a great dump. You know what I mean? It's aggressive right now. It's hard to tell. I'm going to specialize in waiting for the consolidation. Had a good day today, though, so I'm also like, I'm more risk adverse to take a shot because, yeah, hey, we got some paper, you know. I'm just thinking for a second before I leave. Let's get a tweezer bot. Let's get a tweezer, man. Turn green, flip. Let's get a wick, though. Just sell down first, and let's get a wick. No wick at all. Just a buy right in. This could be epic right there. Could turn into the inverted head and shoulder, right? That'll be 71,654. And we go to like, you know, you'd hit the target. You go to 73.8 or something, yeah. I mean, it's only $100 for like thousands of dollars, right? It's $100 for $1,000 if you hit this. If you hit this trade. If we hit this trade, it's $100 for $1,000. It's almost worth it. Like when you made $4,000 that day, why not? Like, why not take 1/40th of your wins, 1/40th of what you won, to see if you can make another quarter of what you already had? To me, those odds make sense. Like I play those types of odds when I'm playing poker. I go, well, I need 2 cards. The odds are this. The pool is that, right? And you look at pot odds and car odds, and your mind will make its own kind of math, right? I look for these type of risk to reward areas where there's just, see, there's the wick now, finally. I'll take it now. 127, imagine, odds are I'm going to get stopped out. But imagine I hit this trade for $1,000 and I only have to risk $100, man. So I just made a crazy long here on the 5-minute time frame off the 200 moving average. I see a tweezer bottom, there's a chance I win. Chance I easily lose, too, in 2 seconds. Like I'm right next to price action. This is very high risk. Don't do stuff like this. Okay. And I wanted to get off the stream, but I didn't. Okay. I already know that my big trade coming is later tonight when I get that 1 hour cooking. I'm already like getting excited for it. So to me, this is just a game. Damn, look, they're playing this thing. This is fun, huh? Look at this. Oh, no. 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 I want to go right to this wick, right? Yeah, now they're going to close below the 200 and go get me. Yeah, see, that's a wrap. I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. Anyway, I love you all. I appreciate you. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Keep moving, keep pushing. If you're in the group, we made gains tonight and this morning. I'm super excited. And we're going to let this thing settle and see where it comes. I'm going to keep giving you updates throughout the day. We're going to find out kind of where we sit. Everyone, thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you so much. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the viewership. Thank you for the comments. May you all stay blessed and amazing. I have no words, really. Appreciation for the show every single day. And I'm so blessed to be here with each and every one of you. May God bless you. May you continue to push every single day, no matter where you are in the world. And may you keep fighting the good fight. I love you all. Thank you so much. The secret to success, you know what it is? I figured it out. It's getting started.